maybe answer some questions. Might talk to a few people. We'll do some fun stuff. We'll definitely do some fun stuff. So, strange week. It is. It's been. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's been a weird and long week already, and it's only Wednesday. So used to having like my keyboard right here. I'm usually ready to fatten up somebody's eye, but whatever. It's been a long week already, and it's only Wednesday, but the weekend comes soon, and it's been an interesting day. Has anyone else seen what Emperor Palpatine, President Trump, just did? And I guess specifically not directly, but indirectly, what he did. I hear you, Donna. Um, Indirectly, it looks like Israel is getting ready to specifically go after Iran. And Iran is like, we're with the shits. And so, of course, if Israel goes after Iran, then that means the United States is going to back Israel, and China is going to back Iran. And it'll be really interesting. I legitimately wish that we could have like one day of normalcy. One day of normalcy. It's like it's every day with Donald Trump. We haven't even we haven't even made it we haven't even made it halfway through the first year, technically. And it's something every day. Yeah. Yeah, Russia does back them as well. But yet you still have people that like legitimately and seriously and vehemently support Donald Trump and this Trump administration, which is weird. What did you miss? Israel is specifically about to go after Iran, and I don't necessarily want to call it a proxy war, but pretty much. I mean, the U.S. is going to back Israel. China is going to back Iran. It's going to be interesting. Iran is definitely. I'm sorry, China is definitely going to back Iran, and Iran is with the shits. So, but for people like Donald for Trump, um, who continue to support Donald Trump when he does like these super hateful things. And I'm not necessarily talking about, what's happening with Israel because he can't directly affect that. Chad, am I glitching? What up, Chris? Am I glitching? I didn't think so. I didn't think so. You were? I was? No. Some people saying yes, some people saying no. I have I can see it. I'm live on YouTube and Twitch. I have my back up here and I can see it. I think it might just be a TikTok thing. I think it's on certain people. It probably looks like it's glitching. Anywho, I've been listening to Trump supporters talk about like Trump supporters. I got some on my hat. Awesome. I've been listening to Trump supporters talk about like how they support what's happening in Los Angeles. And you know what's like the weirdest argument that they've tried to make? Thank you, Susie. The weirdest argument that they've tried to make is that, like, oh, why are they flying the Mexican flag? How dare they? Life on Purpose too. Thank you for the sub. Like, how dare they fly the Mexican flag?
What up?
What up, Liv? Hey, Olivia, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I got an ice roller on my face,
I know that's
trying to
right. How are you
relax.
feeling?
Oh no, this is for skincare,
No, no,
Santana.
I'm talking about, like, since you had your wisdom teeth removed.
Oh, I don't know if it was because of that or what, but I literally slept like all day today.
Hmm.
I couldn't help it. Like every time I would get up, I'd be like, no, it's time to go back to bed now. Um, like I literally, and it's not even like I slept in late. I woke up at 8, 10:30, sleep.
Hmm.
1 o'clock, sleep. 3 o'clock, sleep. Just like all day. And I don't know why.
Sometimes your body will shut down on you, and just let you know you got to get some rest.
True, but I hate that. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
What are we
Terry,
talking
thank you for
about?
the sub. Yeah, I'm just sitting here ranting. I was talking about how it's interesting that Trump supporters, the thing that they have their panty in the wad most about with the protest in LA is the fact that people are flying the Mexican flag.
Hmm.
And I know we talked about that the other day, but like it's so hypocritical, right? And not just in the sense of like, oh, it goes against freedom of speech, and they want to definitely, tell people how they protest, but then also like you see the Trump flags and you see the Confederate flags and like all this, and like you had the Confederate flag at the Capitol on January the 6th. So like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot.
Hmm.
And I don't actually think they care that much.
No.
I don't think that they actually care that much. But what I will say is this. I do think for the people who are like on the outskirts, like they're not like, oh, why are they carrying the flag? They're kind of more like they don't have a super strong opinion about it. I
Hmm.
actually do think for those people it is beneficial to see
Hmm.
American flags being flown, and not in a
Yeah.
you have to do that to protest correctly kind of way, but like a if they're gonna send in the National Guard and the Marines and the police to bust up these protests, make them have to go through American flags to do it.
Hmm.
And that's kind of the mindset I've got. So like I'm going to the protest in Houston this weekend, and
Hmm.
I'm taking an American flag.
Yeah.
Because what I've been telling people is you don't have to do that. Like there's no correct way to protest.
Hmm.
But I love my country and I love my heritage, and I am a Mexican American, and where I live and where I grew up and where I was raised was part of Mexico long before it was ever part of America. But
Right.
this is part of my heritage, and I'm proud of that. Like this country is where my grandparents wanted us to be. So that's why I honor this country, because it's a way of honoring them. So
Hmm.
I understand like the critique. I just don't think the people who are making the critiques actually give a shit.
Yeah, they don't. And like even more than that, right? I like as a black man who understands not only racism but like oppression. It's super interesting when like we're talking about people who are literally being oppressed, and not just undocumented immigrants, but like people are being targeted, they're being profiled, people like rights are being infringed on. And then you talk about protests because yeah, they start talking about the flag, and then they're talking about, oh, you're blocking the road and like all this other stuff. But who are you to tell like the oppressed how they should fight their oppressors? That's weird, right?
Yeah, I think so. I do think that I think back through history a lot, and I saw a video that really stuck with me.
Hmm.
And it was a woman, and she was saying like these are the kind of moments that make you understand why groups like the NAACP practiced protesting, and why they went out and um, they sought people to be figureheads so that there would be no possible ways for them to try to critique these things.
Hmm.
And so like that particular video really stuck with me, because I think that what we're seeing at a lot of these protests is the same thing I think we saw with a lot of the Black Lives Matter protesters,
Mm-hmm.
which is where a lot of the people who are doing the violent stuff, who are causing damage, they're not actually there because they want to go protest. It's the same core group of people who they just like to cause problems and they
Yeah.
like to be agitators.
Yeah. No, I mean it's always a few of them where like it's people who see things like this and they say I'm going to take advantage of this. And
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's people that find an opportunity to take advantage and they maximize this opportunity, whether it's them deciding they're gonna cover up and do some looting or do some other harmful or hateful stuff.
Yeah. It's like
And
the
it's
looting. Terrible.
yeah,
Terrible.
yeah. I don't know.
What's your deal, Chris? What's up with you?
Oh man, just this whole Iran situation kind of sucks. You know, kind of weirded out that we're almost on the brink of a nuclear war over something that was preventable about 10+ years ago. So that's kind of
So this is where the Olivia's sleeping all day thing comes into
Oh,
play.
you haven't been paying attention.
I've been asleep all day because of the surgery, so I have no idea what's going on.
I can
Ooh,
give you
okay.
oh, sorry. Yeah, you can get the rundown.
No, go ahead. And one sec, Sean. I agree with you all the time. Um, we were more so talking about looters that that's the only purpose. Like they're using an actual protest to be harmful. Not in a situation where it's like people need stuff or whatever. It's a whole thing. Anyway, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, so essentially we started evacuating non-essential personnel out of embassies all over the Middle East, like in Baghdad and places like that. And Tulsi Gabbard came out today and said, even though she got reprimanded for this pretty hard, she came out today and said, we're closer to nuclear war than we ever have been. And Hexeth, I think I've got his actual tweet right here, pretty much just conceded like the same thing. But the whole concept of what's going on today, I mean, there's been plenty of failed talks from both sides, pretty much. But all this would have been preventable if Trump didn't back us out of the nuclear agreement on May 11th of 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and by the wonderful Obama. So I just find it very ironic that all that compound bad decision making is catching up to us today. So I'm very concerned about what's going on over there. So.
Man.
Surprise!
Well,
Aren't you glad that you were napping?
Well, nothing I could do about that.
Yeah.
Nothing I could do about that.
I was saying at the start of live, like I wish we could just have like a normal day, like just one. Like why can't we just have normal days anymore?
Every day is a normal day if you don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's true.
I don't know why I had to wake up this morning out of all mornings to be concerned about nuclear winter now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I kind of have this mindset where I'm like, I keep telling myself, I'm like, okay, the capitalism is good to capitalism.
Yep.
If they get rid of all of us, then there's no one to buy anything. Like, whenever I get really scared about things that are going to happen, that's where I always revert to. I'm like, they're not going to have anyone to buy anything, and they're not going to have people to work. So we just got to have faith that the capitalism is going to capitalism, and that it's going to be okay.
The thing that I've always kind of leaned on is like understanding that, that's like you can't come back from that, right?
Yeah.
And I always had like high regard for leaders and thinking like at the very least they would know that like they can't go back. But now it just seems like we have the worst group of leaders, and not just within the US, but outside of the US as well. And so I don't know.
I think I like to convince myself that we're in the middle of like an extinction burst.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that part of the reason why they're going so hard. So this is like, I was talking about this earlier. I don't remember where, but I think part of the reason why Trump won the election is because they were so much more effective at getting their message out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now it's kind of having this adverse effect where they've gone fully mask off and they are just so openly telling everyone who they are and what it is they want that I think it's having kind of an adverse effect. And so like I'm watching these celebrities and influencers who like very clearly voted for Trump or who have always been apolitical make statements about what's going on in LA, and I'm like, holy shit, like that's crazy that y'all, like Kim Kardashian, Miss Culture Vulture herself, was out here condemning what's going on. So like I like to think that this is the first step in the right direction. We'll see if that actually is the case.
Yeah. Welcome in, Maddie Raid. Hello, Maddie Raid. Welcome in. I just, I hope so. It's always interesting to me though how like it takes like really harmful things, or at least perceive really harmful things to happen in order for certain people to say like, hey, like that, this is bad. And I don't know what all is behind like Kim Kardashian coming out and saying what she said, but I mean, she lives in LA.
I think it's a perception of where public opinion is at.
Yeah.
I think she's only doing that because she thinks that that's where public opinion is at. I mean, fucking Logan Paul's podcast like partner came out and said like what's going on in LA is terrible.
Did he?
Like yes, like here I think I have the screenshot. I can read it. But his name is Mike Majak or something. And he was basically like, criminals should be deported, but like, here we go. What did he say? He said, good, hardworking, tax-paying people pried from their homes after fighting for citizenship for years and used as pawns for political theater is fucking heartbreaking. Like, this is Logan Paul's podcast partner. Like, this guy is a Republican, and he's saying this. And, like, he, like, doubled down on what he said, and, like, because he was getting fought for it. So it's, like, something's different here. Like, I'm not saying that these people are in the right, but what I am saying is that these are people who go where they think the public opinion is, and if they think that it's there, I think that that's a good thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling that you'll appreciate this one, Olivia, just from the video that I saw you make. But just a side note on Logan Paul, I legitimately hate him, and I hate him even more that I love to see him wrestle because he is so damn good.
Fantastic.
Holy shit, that is wild.
That one move he does where he does a flip over the rope.
Yes.
A laureate. Ah, so beautiful.
Fucking hate him. Yeah.
Chris, you a wrestling fan?
A little bit growing up. I did actually the Paul brothers were both good in high school at the wrestling that I did in college. So
we mean the fake stuff.
I know them for a different style of wrestling, but they were both really good athletes in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like
yeah, go ahead.
I think that is like I wonder if the public opinion will sway Emperor Palpatine at all, because we understand how like thin-skinned he is and how much he pays attention to everything, and he might not pay attention when the libs are saying whatever, but when the celebrities start speaking, and you know how much he values celebrities. I don't know.
I think you're right. That's why I've been very intentional of, if you look at the videos that I've been sharing, I've been sharing less videos from the protests, and I've been sharing more videos of people telling their stories. Because ultimately, like, all this man cares about is optics and theater and television. That is what he cares about. His cabinet shows that. His actions as president show that. His campaign shows that. Like, we're never going to beat him when it comes to traditional politics. He doesn't give a fuck about poll numbers. He doesn't care about political opinions. He cares about optics and television narrative. And the fact that these celebrities are starting to come out, I bet you it is getting under his skin, which is why we have to keep pushing the narrative out there. that this is wrong and that their opinions are going to change, because the more we do that, the more likely I think it is that either he's going to kind of drop it a little bit or he's going to change his tune a little bit.
Well, I mean, we know that he, tacos.
Trump always.
I think he has to, right? And and someone said, I can't remember who I was. I think it was Joe Hubbard, who made a video talking about how the reason why Trump is leaning in so hard is not necessarily because he's trying to be hateful towards LA or, trying to do this, that, or whatever. It's because all of his other agendas have continued to fail, and he needs a distraction. And I think that's
the one issue he has. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it also is, again, capitalism going to capital.
Yeah, it is.
Which, by the way, this is a pet peeve of mine that liberals and Democrats in particular do a lot. Is when they talk about immigration, they're like, who's gonna pick our vegetables?
Ooh, that's a great one. Go ahead.
And who's gonna clean our houses? And who's gonna dude, we're more than a fucking labor force.
Listen, so it's funny.
Talk about it like that.
I was having a conversation. I can't remember. I ended up on some live, and I know I said that. Thank you for the heart puffs. Also, W's in the chat for Corey. Corey sent a $5 donation saying Donna for Trump. Told me to send you this money. W's in the chat for Corey for the $5. I appreciate it, Corey. So welcome in Brett Raid as well. But
nice.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
Labor force.
Yes. Because, you can get into debate mode and you can say, well, think of the economic impact and they prop up this sector and they do this and they do that. And I had to have, someone really close and important to me say, hey, look at it from the human aspect. You need to stop talking about these people as if they're just, workhorses or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I think that's something that we don't talk about enough. Right. And the thing that's gotten me is seeing the videos. Right. And I've seen people making fun. There's one video where there's a bunch of men fleeing a construction site, and there's a guy standing there recording them, watching them run from the construction site, and then people are just reposting the video and laughing and oh, I'll get him, and I'm like, it's such a dehumanizing thing, and it really shows the character of people, where if you think stuff like that is acceptable, if you think waiting outside of schools and churches and courthouses and specifically really just trying to make people seem like they're not humans. If you're good with that, then you're the problem.
You are. I just don't understand how people can it's always bitches who are proud mama bear to 4 rascal boys. I used to do something to my son and I'm going to jail and I'm doing it. And it's who are lock them up, deport the criminals. And it's I don't have kids. Okay. I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephews. I have a goddaughter. I would do anything to protect those kids. I would do anything if those kids were in harm's way to keep them safe. So if that includes coming to a country illegally to try to keep my kids safe, I would do that. And I think if you wouldn't do that, if you in your head are I wouldn't do that to try to keep my children safe, then I don't think that you're a very good parent. Because I think any parent would do anything they could to keep their kids safe, to keep their family safe. And so when I keep seeing all this stuff, I'm like, oh, you are so lucky that little Kaylee Ann and Braxton just happened to be born in the United States, because a lot of these kids now who are here, who are citizens or who are trying to get their paperwork, who their parents, they're coming home from school and their parents are just gone. Oh, bro, it's evil. It's evil. And those are the stories we have to tell, because unfortunately, those are the only stories everyone cares about. If we're just talking about innocent men at construction sites, people don't care about that. Because once again, for the most part, people don't care about men in this country. They don't care about men, and they especially don't care about black or brown men.
Yeah. Yeah. I say this all the time, and I know Chris can understand this because Chris is someone who is like moved a lot. But I use this example because, I'm from South Carolina and I ended up driving from South Carolina to Washington State to move. And, it was such a huge deal for me to actually move across country. And it was not only was it physically taxing, it was like mentally taxing. It was, super scary. It was like a big risk. It was just a lot. And, I think about like my move going, 3,000 miles from coast to coast, and not only just going 3,000 miles from coast to coast, but leaving South Carolina, knowing that, I have a place to live in Washington. I have a place that I'm going to, and I'm going to set up an actual new life, and everything is in place. I still have my job. I have, a place to live and all this other stuff. And I think about like how much energy, effort, time, and like, in my opinion, courage it is to do something like that. And then I think about people coming from other countries and how they track hundreds of thousands of miles in certain situations, and they leave everything they've ever known and they go to a place where they don't have any type of security, they don't have any type of structure, they don't have anyone waiting for them, they're just trying to get to a better life. And for anybody that's like willing to do that, like to actually do that, like we have to welcome them. Like like that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, the other thing a lot of people don't take into consideration is a lot of people who come here, especially if they're coming through like a coyote, is they don't know that they're coming here illegally.
Mm-hmm.
So like human trafficking, this is a real problem.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you'll have a lot of people who will pay, and they'll pay a coyote, and they think that they're coming to the United States legally. They think that they're coming here and getting papers, or that they're paying like an application fee or something, and they're not, and they don't realize it until they're already here in the United States. Like this is a oh, here we go. We got Liam firing off.
I was just about to tell both of you. He's in the box. Do you
mouth up.
you guys want to talk to him, or like are we talking to Liam?
No, because
I look. I don't care about talking to Liam.
yeah,
but like this is a real problem. Like, and I know that because I live in Houston. Like Houston is like the human trafficking hub. Shut your mouth, Chris. I gotta follow you. Hold up.
Yeah, I
Olivia, have you never met Chris?
I've never met Chris. No,
he's okay. He's okay.
Christian.
He's okay.
Chris, you're speaking my language. I'm a progressive.
We're not
Christian
gonna let Liam up, but we'll let this guy for a second.
Liam, you saw. Wait, I've been in this guy. This guy's been in GT's live before.
No, every time, this is like the second time that he's done that. I let him up and he runs.
How long you been in Houston for, Olivia?
I lived in Houston for, oh my gosh, I think 4 years now, but I've lived outside of Houston my entire life. I was born here.
Oh, good to know. Because I've been in Houston this is like my 4th year. I lived in El Paso back when I was in the military, but now I work in finance here at Houston.
That's so crazy. I was literally about to say, I was about to talk about Veronica Escobar, who represents El Paso. She has this bill called the Dignity Act that I've been like pushing. It's a bipartisan bill that would create a pathway to citizenship for everyone, and it's a really great bill. She worked on it with the Republican Maria Elvira Salazar in Florida. And I like wrote on my Substack, I was like, this is a real serious opportunity for Democrats to actually take a strong, consistent stance on immigration, and to like, I don't know, have a fucking backbone and actually take a stance. Like, and what I've been saying is, and a lot of people disagree with this, and that's fine. One is I've been saying secure the border, protect the dream. We can have a safe immigration system and also have an immigration system where everyone who wants to come to the United States can come here legally and safely and set themselves up for success. And it's not contradictory to say those things. And the fact that we don't have politicians who can say those things because they are so damn afraid of what everyone's gonna say is ridiculous. Just say it.
And when I'm debating, right, sorry, Santana.
Chris, I think you've met Rob before, but Olivia, would you like to meet Rob?
Oh, Jesus.
Am I going to yell at Rob?
Is he a troll?
I have a video of Rob on my YouTube channel. He's the only person that ever broke my brain.
Oh yeah, you cooked them up a good amount of times. Sure.
Nah, let's give him a few minutes.
What up, Rob?
You two tell me what you think of Rob.
Is Rob coming?
Yeah, he's loading in. He is loading in. Rob is a stable genius. Hey, Rob.
What up?
How we doing tonight,
Yeah,
Rob?
I'm the smartest dude on every panel that I get on, so I don't even know what the topic is. I just requested up.
Rob, you play golf.
I play golf. I play baseball, football, basketball,
I can just tell that
hockey.
hat
I can
that
do
you got
everything.
on, that hat you got on screams golf.
Oh, shit.
It screams
Yes.
golf. I bet you got some white New Balances you got in 2016.
I am a scratch golfer. So
Okay. Well, what's up, Rob? What's your deal? What minority groups do you hate, brother?
what minority groups do I what?
Hate.
I don't hate any minority groups. Well, I hate people.
Oh.
I don't like people to begin with.
Oh.
But
Okay.
at the end of the day, I want equality for everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Ever since I was 16, I've been saying it's all pink on the inside.
Rob, I told you can't say that.
You know what?
Oh,
You know what?
sorry. I just
That's gross. That's
I
gross.
just want to keep it real.
So, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I didn't vote.
Rob, you told me you voted for Trump.
This dude's
Well, I would have, but I have a felony. It was a victimless crime.
What was the crime?
It was possession, but I'm sober now.
okay. You know, you're good.
Yes, 100%.
So, do you support Trump right now?
Yes, I would.
So, how is Donald Trump? So, you talked about you want equality. How is he doing that right now? I'm very interested because I'm not seeing it.
Are you in favor of the rioting in Los Angeles?
It's not
right now?
rioting, it's
I'm gonna say
protesting.
this. Hold on.
Go ahead, go ahead,
I'm
Olivia.
Protesting.
Hold
say
on,
this.
Rob. Hold on, Rob. Hold on, Rob.
Rob,
Go ahead, Olivia.
Rob, sweetheart, let's be real here. You ain't got no business preaching about people about no crimes when you got a felony. Let's be so
I didn't
serious
burn
here right
down
now.
anybody's car. I didn't violate anybody's rights.
Look, hey, I don't
whose
agree
rights
with
you
the
didn't violate?
looting. I don't agree with the looting. No one should be rioting. No one should be setting cars on fire. I don't agree with all that. But don't you think that you aren't the person to be making that point?
Well, also, the president has 34 felonies, too. So, there's that.
Also, the same people that are rioting are the ones
Protesting.
protesting are the
Yep.
ones that I unalived from twice
What are you talking about?
because of the stuff that they're putting in the stuff.
Oh, I get
That
what you're
I'm
saying.
not
The F drug
on
that's coming
anymore.
across. He's blaming the F drug coming across on
Yes.
undocumented immigrants. That's
Oh,
Yes,
not true.
and
Rob.
who's smuggling? And you want to do some quick maths here? Who's smuggling it in? The Caucasian nation. That's who's smuggling it in. Rob, be serious right now. Be serious.
95% is from America.
Yes, you're probably right because I bought from BLK.
Oh,
I trusted them more
No,
so
Rob, it's the
than
white
a
people,
trailer
Rob.
park
No,
living
no. This guy ain't for real.
honky.
He ain't for real.
Just
no,
gonna
he is.
step all
Olivia, no,
over
he
the
really
stuff.
is.
No, he might be. No, he might be. This might be his profile picture. This might be how he actually talks.
You want
But-
me to turn my camera on?
No, I
No,
believe-
Rob,
I-
no, don't
I-
turn your camera on.
I believe that you are Rob. I just believe that you are one of these Southern men that gets a kick out of saying stupid, crazy shit.
Olivia, I'm
No,
telling you, I've spoken with Rob, and this is Rob. Like, seriously. This is
he,
Rob.
he reminds me of my grandfather. I don't talk to no more.
What the heck?
That's crazy.
What did your grandfather do to you?
He didn't do nothing to me, but
Oh.
he was just he's not a good person. He's still alive. I just haven't talked to him in like 10 years.
Okay. Well, you could come talk to me. I'm in Atlanta if
I don't know about
if
all
you're
that.
interested.
Olivia,
I
why'd
don't know
you
about all
do
that.
it like that? Why'd you have to do it like that? That's crazy.
I'm just saying, you really do. Like, you remind me. Rob, are you from Kentucky?
No, I'm from Atlanta.
Georgia? Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I'm just north of Atlanta, but
So
I live in Atlanta now, and I live amongst.
You live in Lithuania. Don't
All
say it, Rob.
kinds of-
Don't say it, Rob. Don't say it, Rob. We don't need. Don't.
We don't need to know. We don't need to know. We don't need
I
to
already know what he's
Todd.
gonna say.
No, we don't need to know Todd Chrisley. You can relax. It's okay.
wait, so
It's
Rob,
okay.
Rob, so you did kind of not answer my question. You went directly to something that I didn't ask you. So you support Trump and you support people having equality. What is Trump doing for that? Because I'm not seeing it. Walk me through it. What is he doing to make sure equality for everybody?
Well, he's getting rid of the bad motherfuckers, and
So-
he's putting the jobs back to people that live here, like you and me, and
According
the
to
host Santana.
so he's getting rid of white cishet males because they commit the most crime. You do know
Who?
that, right? White cishet males, American citizens, they commit most of the crime. So it's
He doesn't know what cis means.
What the heck are you talking about?
yeah.
Where do you get your statistics from?
FBI,
CNN?
VHS, American Bureau of Criminology, you know, that type of stuff.
Yeah, I think you're in denial.
Is there a G-side going on in South Africa of white people?
Yes, white people are being
Pointed to
unalive,
I want you
and
to
they are
point-
being
I want you to show me
oppressed,
South Africa on a map.
and now
They're being oppressed where,
thankfully
Rob?
Trump got the white people free from South Africa that were being oppressed and enslaved.
They were being enslaved.
What?
The
Yes.
white people were being.
Where did you see that, Rob?
I saw it on TV.
That the white people that colonized South Africa are getting enslaved.
Yes, don't you know we just got like however many white dudes that were being oppressed and
Okay.
enslaved
Hey,
And
Brett, they're
trafficking
oppressing you.
and
Brett,
everything else.
you're
Now
Brett,
we
you're
got 'em over
officially being
here.
oppressed.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
we
goddamn right.
Brother,
What's up, Olivia? Yeah, no, of course we are, right? I explained this the other night, Santana, right? Like,
hate you
we
so
like
much.
stealing everything from everybody else, so now we're stealing oppression.
Hate you so much.
Yeah, it's
right there, Rob.
no, it's not we. You look like me. You are
Hell
You-
yeah, brother.
in
Hell yeah, brother.
Santana are descendants from my great grandfather
Rob, I bet you.
Oh,
who
I bet
shit,
impregnated your mom.
Rob, line, don't cross.
I bet you Rob tears up a 40.
He does.
I bet you he tears it up.
Let me. W's in the chat for Caleb. Caleb sent a $4.99 YouTube super chat to say more than 80% of come from ports of entry. Also, U.S. is responsible for monitoring what comes into the U.S., not other countries. W's in the chat for Caleb. You're absolutely right about that.
Yes, I'm always right. I know pretty much more than anybody on any panel that I ever get up on.
Rob, what's 6 times 6?
36.
Rob, spell your name.
Took him a minute.
He actually got that right, though. He did.
Yes,
I'm
I
actually impressed.
nailed it.
Rob,
I'm actually
Rob,
impressed. I'm not gonna lie.
Rob. Okay, Rob, what are the 5 freedoms of the First Amendment?
The 5 freedoms of the
Oh,
first.
Rob,
The
hold on.
freedom to speech, the freedom to bear arms,
No, Rob.
the freedom
Yo.
to impregnate sluts.
Rob.
Oh.
Stop saying that. You
I don't know.
fucked up.
I mean,
It's not true.
Rob, that is not true. Don't say that ever again. Ever again.
Rob's got 2 kids who ain't talked to him in 10 years.
Yeah, and Rob, seriously, like this is the last warning because my hold on, hey Rob, Rob, I don't know how you're speaking and it shows that you're on mute. Rob, listen to me for a second. My super mod is about this close from dropping you, so don't cross the line again, Rob, or she's gonna kick you.
First Amendment, the right to bear arms.
He's not the first person that's even said that in front of me.
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. Rob, who is the current Secretary of State of the United States?
It's a damn woman, because only women could be secretaries.
Why do you
Oh
think
my
you're
God, man, I
entitled
thought
to
that was him. I thought that was him. That
question
was,
me?
I
That was
fully
good,
believe
though.
that was him as
Nancy
well for a moment.
Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi is the Secretary of what?
Nancy
Nailed
Pelosi.
it. No notes. Dude, he really does know everything.
Nancy Pelosi that she just got promoted because I don't think she knows it.
Oh, well, who are the two senators from Georgia?
John
With the
Ossoff,
Secretary of State.
John Ossoff, and
Ossoff.
Raphael Warnock. John Ossoff is up for re-election next year.
I'm running against him. As
Oh
a
really?
Republican.
Oh really?
Only thing
Yeah,
you runs your
but-
mouth, bro. Only thing
He's
you
gonna
runs your
get-
mouth.
Rob
with-
Rob. Now here's a rapid fire question for you: is it legal for you to run for U.S. Senate as a felon?
Aim for President Rob.
Yes.
You got this.
By the time I get on the ballot, it will be legal.
Can you spell
Rob, are you
ballot?
allowed? Are you allowed within 100 feet of a school or 100
Or,
yards of a
or
school
playground.
or a playground?
My crime was a victimless crime.
What
by
was
the
your
way.
crime? What was your crime?
Possession. And it was not intent to distribute, and now I'm sober.
That's messed up.
Oh damn! Oh damn!
Brett.
What? Were you
Are
hoping
you
for
serious?
something
Please,
better?
Brett.
Do what, Santana?
Rob, you know
Jeez
what,
Louise.
brother? I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna say a prayer for you. I really am. The good Christian in me. I'm gonna say a prayer for you.
I will
hope
say a
whatever-
prayer for you too.
Please, you know what? Please don't. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I pray that whatever demons you got going on, you can get them exercised.
No, you could follow me because I was on somebody else's live that was deconstructing, and I said y'all can just follow me.
Have you started your
good.
deconstruct,
Everybody's
Rob?
following me now. So
Rob, have
Spell
you
deconstruct,
have you
Rob.
started your deconstruction journey?
Did you say?
no, I am
Spell.
still a God-fearing Christian.
Well, not
I am
just
too.
not
Yeah,
just
same here. It's just that
not
Donald
just
Trump's
religion, Rob. What the isms, your racism. Have you started to unpack that yet?
I am not even a racist, dude. I already told you.
Hey,
Okay.
I
Go
want to
ahead,
prove
Brett.
that he is, unfortunately.
Hey, Amber.
Hey, Rob. When you think about gun violence, what city comes to mind?
New York.
That's wild.
There's listen. To be fair, Brett, when you give Rob a question, it's not gonna process normal. So you can't just expect that
Okay, wait,
Rob is
okay.
gonna say the answers
All right,
you expect
hold
him
on.
to say.
not. That's crazy.
Okay, Rob, what is the best state in the United States?
Atlanta.
What the?
You know what? I accept it. I accept that.
Yes, I'm a Braves fan. I'm a Falcons fan.
Rob,
and I'm
if you
a
could,
Florida
if
Gators
you
fan.
could have,
the best state.
if you could have anybody in the world be president of the United States, who would you pick?
Me.
You know what? I should have seen that one coming.
Yeah, this country would.
Okay, not you. You. It can't be.
Yes, if everybody believed
wait, no,
in
here's
my
a good one.
views and
Here's a good one.
philosophies, you'd be a
Look
lot
at
better
GT
off
talking
for it.
about him.
Here's a good one.
Gosh.
Hey, Rob, I got a good one for you. If you had to pick one woman to be president of the United States, who would it be?
Woman's not qualified to be.
Whoa.
No.
What?
No. You gotta
Stop.
pick one, Rob. You gotta pick one.
Name a woman.
You gotta pick a woman to be president. You gotta pick
I
one.
would say Anna Kournikova,
Who?
the hot
Who is that?
clear slut that
Rob, listen,
Oh
dude,
my gosh, bro.
cut it. Seriously, Rob.
Okay, sorry, I didn't.
Yep. I told you my
That
super
man-
mod was not playing that, Rob.
Name one
That
woman who was
man-
diabolical.
Olivia, did I not say like I said? Do you want to talk to Rob?
Hey, I was getting ready. I was getting ready to start talking to him crazy. So it's probably better for everyone.
I did respect the
Free
Anna
Rob!
Kournikova callback because that's a name I haven't heard in a long fucking time. So I do respect that, but that's about the only thing.
I mean, we were right there. He just had to stop his words. Like,
I'm not
jeez,
gonna lie,
Louise,
y'all.
Rob.
He really did. He really does remind me a lot of my grandfather that I don't talk to.
He feels like everyone's
He
one
does.
weird relative somewhere.
Do you know?
I
Well,
can
he's probably
play
relatives
Rob.
with. Never mind. You know, one
Nah,
person
go ahead and say it.
who's low key building his campaign just through X. I mean, Gavin Newsom inadvertently, whether he knows it or not. Yeah, people are starting to really get the public eye. The amount that he's standing up against Trump.
Don't start with me on Gavin Newsom. Look here. Look
Yeah,
here.
what's up?
Gavin Newsom is he. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Gavin Newsom is fine. Oh, that man.
Really,
is fine.
Olivia?
Honestly,
that man is fine. That
honestly,
hair is not moving, man.
he
He's
could
got
take Donald
super
Trump
hair.
if it was a street fight. Definitely, Gavin Newsom would sleep him 10.
Gavin Newsom can take a lot of things. Gavin Newsom is Gavin Newsom is fine, but that man is he's like evil. Like he's a little evil.
I used to really like him.
Is real.
I don't like him.
I
That's a
used to
downside.
like him. Now it's just like, what are we doing?
I saw.
The
I
answer is
saw a
different every
comment-
other day.
Yeah.
I saw a comment that really hit home. It said Gavin Newsom is a psychopath, but he's our psychopath.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
like Joe from You.
Yeah, I wrote a Substack about him about 2 months ago about how I'll never vote for him in a Democratic primary for president, and I stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I described it is I said Gavin Newsom is charming to the point of unease.
He's
Like
a cool
he's
governor.
so charming. And the thing I really appreciate about him is he really hates Republicans. Like he really does a lot of this stuff for the love of the game. Like when he debated Ron DeSantis, like he just did that because he hates that motherfucker. Like
He beats
I
Greg
appreciate
Abbott.
that.
Isn't he like super wealthy too? Like he does most
Is
of
he?
it
Oh, he's
just for the
super
love.
wealthy.
He's
And I
super
want
wealthy.
you
He does
to-
all of. No, I wouldn't say all of it, but like for the love of the game. Like
Someone do me a favor and Google to put up on the big screen. Gavin Newsom, Kimberly Guilfoyle.
yeah, he's wealthy.
The new Kennedys. So, fun fact if you didn't know, Gavin Newsom used to be married to Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-girlfriend,
Yep.
Kimberly Guilfoyle. And back when they were married, there was this whole thing about them being like the new Kennedys, right? And they did this magazine shoot where they were taking
was
pictures
so
on like
weird.
bearskin rugs
It was
in front of like
crazy.
fireplaces. It was crazy.
It was crazy rich person stuff. Crazy
somebody,
rich weirdo stuff.
somebody Google it because I don't want to.
It's
I'm
good
just
every
lazy.
time, but yeah, people are always like, oh, he does, like he's the one person where it's like you can't really say it's a grift for him because he is just like ungodly
game.
wealthy.
Yeah.
Love
I
of
do
the
like
game.
his,
Oh,
I do like his 28th Amendment that he proposed, but that's about it.
What was that?
The assault
W's
weapons
Blue
ban.
Canary.
so here's the thing. Gavin Newsom, God love him. I think he's doing a great job right now. Gavin Newsom can never be president. And
Yeah, I
Why is
agree.
that?
I wish that we played a little bit longer ball. We can't, because see, here's the thing. I want you outside of this week, outside of everything that's going on in California right now, I want you to tell me what Gavin Newsom has done to make California better.
I can't say because I'm actually familiar with some of his tax policies and education policies. Also, I can't really think of anything since he landmarked to go address the homeless issue either. So yeah, you're actually right. From the research I've done on him, I haven't really. I'm not saying I've seen bad. I've just seen a lot of inactivity. That's all.
Exactly. Like I
Yeah.
can tell you, Gretchen Whitmer has repaired 20,000 miles of road.
I really like her.
Andy Bashir expanded Medicaid to 400,000
really like him.
people. Like, I can tell you these tangible things that they've done in their states to make things a lot better for people. I can't tell you that for Gavin Newsom. And someone said about the economy. If you can't really make the economic argument here, because if you want to make the economic argument about California, I can make the economic argument about Texas.
Oh no. So I will go ahead and tell you, right? Literally, a freaking Newsom not doing anything is still better than Greg Abbott doing everything. Like that
Oh no,
dude's
I agree.
Yeah,
I
that dude's a
agree.
clown.
But my point is, the economic argument from the business perspective is not the same as the economic argument for the person perspective. It is not consistently affordable to live in California. It's not. Like there is a serious crisis cost there. And I mean, even Trump is going after Newsom for the train problems he's got there. So like I feel like the like commercial GDP argument, I don't think that that's a fair one to make, because let's be frank, that's the same argument a lot of Democrats tried to make going into the 2028 election of like, well, our GDP is doing great, stock market's doing great. How is that feeling about people with inflation going to the grocery store? Didn't feel really great now, did it?
Real quick, I kind of want to go backwards a little bit, but I have to tell y'all this story about Rob.
Yeah.
So
Well, real quick,
the Rob
hold
y'all
on.
just
Hector, hold on. Santana, you just let any old riffraff up here?
Sometimes when
Sorry. Go ahead.
we're
So the
slumming it
Rob-
right now, but it's okay.
the Rob y'all just met was somewhat different from the Rob I met a couple months ago. But he first came up on my panel. Donald Trump is a racist. How racist are you? So I asked him the question, and he said, "I'm not racist. I helped the black person find his phone today that he lost in his apartment."
That was him?
That was him.
I was there for that. Holy shit.
And I said, "Rob, that doesn't stop you from being racist." I said, "Rob, do you know what tokenization is?" And he goes, "Tokenization? I ain't never been given no damn token a day in my life."
Yeah.
He just goes on about tokens.
I legitimately have a video of Rob on my YouTube channel, and the caption is Rob the Genius. Rob like broke me, literally broke me.
Yeah, he's a national treasure.
Hey, we had a good conversation. He was actually able to tone down a bit.
You telling him to name a woman was absolutely diabolical. That's crazy.
Well, he was struggling so hard. I was like, are you just trying to think of any name at this point? Like, that's where I was like, because he wasn't coming up with anything. And I was like, what if we broaden the category? Can you?
Hold on one second. All the weird faces. Did you come up here for?
I just wanted to say I met you, Santana, and Brent at CSET, College Station. I just want to say thank you for what you're doing. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate you. You keep being awesome. I thought you might have been an op. That's why.
I saw I was hanging with, so I thought
we are, but then I thought somebody might have wanted to swing on someone on the panel, so I was gonna allow it. So
yeah, I know, but I'll drop off.
All right, I appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
I don't get upset at the Brent thing. I've been called it my whole life.
Brent.
It's all good.
Brent is crazy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Hey, whoever that kid was, I'm sorry that you got to live in College Station. That sucks for you.
Yeah, that place smelled like systemic racism.
It could be worse. You could live in the RGV.
Oh man, I thought you were about to throw some shade at Houston. I was ready to tussle.
No, actually, Houston's a very diverse place, and it's actually compared to Cal State.
Dallas.
Yeah,
Zach just sent $1. Said my house burned down in California in 2017, and Newsom denied the PG&E CEO at French Laundry a couple of months ago. After a while, PG&E burned our house down. I'm not exactly sure what exactly he's trying to say, but it sounds like that this house burned down and they wouldn't allow him to rebuild. Or anyway, he said F Gavin Newsom. I don't know. I used to like Gavin Newsom. I legitimately did until I don't know. It's like he's gone on this kind of
I'm in an emotionally toxic relationship with Gavin Newsom,
and that's why I love it, because
that man is fine. He's a slick talker. He knows how to dress. He knows how to talk shit, and I love that.
And then he'll just turn around and stab you in the back sometimes.
But his politics, man, his politics. Like I can't get on board with it. You know what I'm feeling? I got a dream ticket here for y'all. Are you ready? Bashir Booker 2028.
No.
No, just good. So I'm a staunch anti-Zionist, and you already know what I feel about Booker. So I'm gonna just leave that there. But
you know what the thing about Cory Booker for me is, I don't know, he's too mild. Like that's where I am. He's a little too mild. And I don't know if it's just that he's never, for me it's just he's never necessary. Him doing the filibuster was like the most standing on business thing that I've really seen him do. And so I worry that having him at the top of a ticket would be just too tame.
What's more? Really? Okay. I want to know who's y'all's ticket though. Who's y'all's ticket that y'all are like? These are the people that I really like together.
My ticket is you, Olivia. You run for president.
yeah, that's fair. You and Obama as vice president.
As VP.
Let me be VP.
I would be a bad president. Y'all should be. Look, I've said this once and I say it before. If y'all ever see me running for office, I swear, hand to God, I was pushed, kicking and screaming, and I do not want to do that. I have no interest in doing that.
I had to have a conversation. I was talking to Isaiah, and we were talking, and he was like, "Oh yeah, when you run for office." I said, "Who? When who runs for office?"
Yeah, man, that's all you.
That's all you, brother. I was so confused as far as who he was talking about.
I've had the same conversation with him. I'm like, "No, dude, I ain't." Can you imagine? I say fuck way too much.
Yeah,
I get arrested for it though, Olivia.
You got to be built to run for office. I'm just gonna continue to be an informed citizen. Running for any sort of office is not in the cards for you, boy.
Yeah. I don't know how this would work, but for me, it would be like some combination of like AOC, Bashir, and Pete Buttigieg. Like, I have no idea how this works, but
and a dream team, Pete would be on there. I don't know if I feel, and I love AOC, but I saw someone recently say, like, not everyone's on the path to presidency necessarily. And I kind of agree with that. Like, I feel like she does really good work with where she's at. And I don't know if I see her as, like, a president.
I could also see her like actually running the Senate, like
exactly. Like I see her doing some real good stuff in other places, but I don't know why
She has a spot somewhere. But what I will say though, I'm a very quantitative guy. Her platform is impressive, and you can honestly see what Bernie Sanders has taught her. Between peace economy, she's really invested in rebuilding unions and doing less things for corporate. Like, I think she's great. I think she'd be great on the cabinet somewhere. Like, that's talent you don't want to leave off the table. So.
Yeah,
I think AOC is going to be an incredible senator. I can't wait for that.
I could see that, right? Like I could see her like really being like dominating the Senate for like 20 years and like really being that badass that controls it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but here's the thing: like, she could be a senator for, like you said, like 20 years, and then run for president. Like, she's got so much time.
I really want her as Speaker of the House.
Oslo, can you run?
Well, I thought about it, but you know what? Only Republicans vote for puppets.
That's pretty good.
That is true.
That's really good.
That is very, very true. Hey, I got a question. So this came up in Hector's live the other night, and it was a really good conversation, right? So Hector was running the topic about like for men, how misogynistic are you? And so Mookie made a statement basically saying that like men wanting women to walk on the inside of the street is misogyny.
I've never even heard of
Hold on. So let's talk about it, because logically I'm like, it's rooted in misogyny. It's rooted in misogyny, and the basis of it, as far as like, oh, the woman she's weaker, or she needs to be protected, and blah 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 blah. But I think it's developed past that. But I think it still has enough roots in misogyny where you can't just like say, oh, that's nothing, but it's something. What do you guys think?
Y'all are about to find out how conservative I really am.
Go ahead, Olivia.
Oh boy.
What are we doing here? What are we? This is the same thing. This is the same thing as me. As I saw people who were mad that people were saying the girls are fighting about Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
Oh,
Do we have to be offended about everything? Jesus.
yeah,
I swear, if a man wants to put me on the inside of the sidewalk and walk towards the end of the road, that's fine by me. Because if a car comes up and we get hit, guess who's getting hit? Not me.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Olivia, what if a puppet wants to put you on the inside of the sidewalk?
I would appreciate
Same thing I was saying.
that, sure. Like, I don't think
Olivia.
it's. Yes, ma'am.
That's the same thing I was saying. He gonna get hit first, not me.
So
I'm only back into misogyny there.
Exactly. Well, also, I don't think it's misogyny. Like, I do just think it's chivalry because you know who did that first to me? My dad. When I was a kid, like when my dad would walk down the road, my dad would put me towards the inside of the sidewalk. So, like,
technically, you could argue that chivalry is based in misogyny, but there's also a good question of at what point does it not at what point does misogyny and just logic overlap? Because statistically, yes, as a woman, it is less safe for you to be out walking or whatever.
So when me and my wife are walking, she's on the inside. But when I walk with my kids as well, my 18-year-old son, I put him on the inside because if anybody's gonna get hit, it's gonna be
me, Brett.
It's gonna be me.
We're here in Chicago right now, and I have been having this darn going debate with Bubba this whole time. He keeps wanting to walk on the outside, and I'm like, dude, what is my number one job? To protect me? Then get on the inside right now. John, have we been going back and forth about that? Oh, really? I'm glad they can't hear you anyways.
I think that this conversation, I personally think about misogyny, in general, has shifted away from a lot of time from people unpacking the misogyny they have as men to men over intellectualizing to justify no longer having to be chivalrous. Because it's it's misogynistic for me to pick up the bill. Well, it's misogynistic for me to hold open the door because you can do that. Let me be clear. Let me be exponentially clear here to all the men. If you want to pick up a tab, I expect you to hold open the door. I expect you to address me properly. And if that means that I'm a misogynist, then call me a misogynist. Because those are the expectations I got.
So can I ask a woman a question
Can I ask the woman a question? You just got to start yelling over people.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I'm a polite monster. I can wait. Chris, go ahead.
So I'm actually interested to hear the answer because because I feel like somebody out there probably feels this way, and if that's the case, then that's something I need to deconstruct. Is paying for a tab considered misogyny? If you want to do that every single time?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. Good. No,
If
I'm
you
just making
insist
sure.
on it and make it a big thing, then it's getting weird. Sure, but
I'm just gonna say. Oh, go ahead, Anja.
it's
Sorry.
agreed upon.
This is where I'm going to jump in because I think there's nuance, just like there is in most things. Like paying for the tab all the time is not misogynistic, but insisting that you pay, it can be.
Oh,
or
you're talking about just being open about it all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
like walking on the outside is not misogynistic. But if you insist that you have to, that might be misogynistic.
I get you. Men can use hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. Person in the bottom corner, something boss.
Oh, it's not boss.
It's Patience.
Yes, it is. Sorry, my original page is Patience is so Patience is love. I basically was banned. I made a new page, but I love you, Oslo. Oh my god.
Oh,
Love
okay.
you too.
I'm assuming that you didn't come up for opposition.
Yes. Oh god, no. I am not one of. I am not a sweet potato Hitler fan. No.
Okay. All right, Shitler. I appreciate you. I'm gonna drop you down. Okay.
All right. Love you, Oslo.
Y'all quit
Bro
trying to steal
May I say
Oslo from
something?
me.
Bro says sweet potato.
Yeah. Go ahead, E.
Okay, so paying for the tab, I mean, I'm gonna pretend that I want to pay for it, but if you don't pay for it, then we're gonna have an issue. So that's it. So you should offer, and I think you should insist on paying for the tab. Don't try to appease me by making me pay.
I'm a little different. See, I actually, for me, first time, I prefer if a man does pay. However, if I am asking him instead of him asking me, I expect that I'll pick up the tab on the first encounter because I'm the person that asked. The person that
I'm
asked.
sorry. I've never asked a man out before. My apologies.
I have. Look, I have no shame. I have no shame in that. If I
Not a day in my 60 years.
You're 60. You are.
She's actually 65.
73, but she's
Yeah.
just being.
So yeah, real
Andrew,
quick, I just
what
want to
were you
make sure
saying?
we don't misconstrue Mookie's
Oh, I was gonna say
that
my
she was
rule
right.
of thumb, which I wouldn't obviously say applies to everyone, but just in my experience, is that like I go in expecting the first date to just be split like 50-50. Also, usually because I don't go like full dinner on the first date either. It's a big time commitment. First to pay, I'm not gonna fight it. I'm never gonna fight anyone offering free money. But yeah, I don't think there's a universe in which I would ever fully pay for the first date. It's either going to be halvesies or you step in there and take them.
I also think. Oh,
Go ahead, Olivia. You're fine.
Thank you. I was also going to say I also do offer to like insist on paying sometimes just because I think his reaction on whether or not he will let me pay after I say that I want to. I think that also says a lot because if I say like I would like no, let me get this, and he's like no, absolutely not. Well, now I kind of have a little bit of an issue with that because I've told you directly I want to do this, I have the ability to do this, and you're not respecting what it is that I am saying that I want to do.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by insisting. Insisting is misogynistic.
I expect Santana to pay for my meal.
I think it's all perception.
will.
I think it's perception at this point. My dad always told me have your dollar and a dime. You know, have your dollar to pay to pay for GP to pay for what you need and have your dime to make your call home. That's what my dad always told me. So if I have to pay, then I would pay. I have never had to pay, but I'm never actually going to really need it if I offer to pay, unless it's like we've been together for a long time and I want to do something nice for him, which I have done. But first encounter.
But then again, you get that senior citizen discount, Erica. So
I got a question.
Crazy.
When do you make it to like the point in a relationship or marriage or whatever where it's like we're no longer getting each other like Christmas gifts or like birthday gifts or something? Do you guys ever hit that point?
No. Christmas and birthday, that's lifelong. Yeah, that's a lifelong pursuit. Oh, you have to date your spouse.
Why is Oslo the most mature person in any room? He's a puppet.
I'm just taking notes because I haven't been in a relationship in like 7 years. So I'm just
Oslo's getting all the puppets.
You better do matching Christmas pajamas too, because if not, then you ain't the one. That's all I got to say.
W.
Santana, that's a hard no for me. If I ever wake up on my birthday and there's no present or gift planned, divorce.
So my wife and I, we've it's a little bit different for us though, right? And it's more so in the sense of it's not like, oh, I want this or I want that or whatever, because it's like, oh, okay, like why are we waiting for a specific day? Now it's not a situation where I just wouldn't have something. But it's not like it's a big deal.
Well,
you know?
I think it doesn't have to be a big deal, but like my parents would do it, you know, like chocolates or whatever, you know, candy they like and some flowers is good. Yeah. Maybe a little gift.
I feel you because I tell Nikki every year because my birthday's coming up not too long from now. And I tell her every year, don't buy me anything. I don't need anything, right? Like just chilling and hanging out is what I need. I don't need anything that is monetary worth.
Is everyone's love language is very different. And I realize this because I used to get so upset because I wouldn't get the gifts that I wanted. And I'd be like, this isn't what I wanted. So what I started doing instead this past year, I made a notes app of all of the things that I like and that I want. I posted it on my close friend story and I said, this is what I want for my birthday. And that is how I ended up with 2 of my favorite bottles of perfumes, a bunch of different like spa things, like all these different stuff, because I made it very clear that is what I like, that is what I want. Because some people are not thoughtful or sentimental, like it's just not their thing. But I like when they listen. So they listened, and then I got what I wanted. So now everyone's happy.
I had to learn that lesson. I had to learn that lesson the hard way. With my ex-wife, and ex. So one Christmas, she had been talking about, oh, I want an iPad. I want an iPad. And I'm like, you don't want an iPad. You're not gonna use the iPad. And she was like, no, I really want an iPad. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I didn't get her the iPad. I mean, I got like a bunch of other stuff, like a bunch of like a pearl necklace, like a bunch of other stuff, and she was like pissed. Yeah, I mean, like pissed, and it ended up being like a whole thing, a big blow up. And so, like, you know, a week or so later, I bought her an iPad, and she used the iPad twice and was done with it.
Well, listening, yeah.
You should have got an iPad first time.
Yeah.
If you're gonna ask and not listen, then what's the point of you asking to begin with?
Yeah,
listening is very important. It really, really is.
I knew she wasn't gonna use it.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. She wanted the iPad, and all you had to do was listen to her. Like the last guy I dated, I told him just in passing conversation that I love flowers. Right? He was all the way in New Jersey, so over 2,000 miles away. But every week for 3 months, I got flowers. Every single week for 3 months, and I fucking loved it. I said, there's levels to this shit. He did a lot more, but I was like, there's levels to this. And like, once you hit certain levels, you don't go back. you can't go back. So,
and I also want to say, I don't know if there's a lot of young women who are listening to this, but you should also set expectations for the young, like the male friends you have in your life, like the men friends you have in your life. Because they treat me well too, and they know that they have to treat me well. Like, God love Isaiah and Harry and all them. They bought me, for my birthday, they got me an Apple Watch, and I was single on Valentine's Days. They all sent me flowers. They all got together and sent me flowers.
Okay.
So, like, you should have expectations for how people should treat you in your life, and you should stick to that. And if someone doesn't treat you with, like, love and care or respect, then you got to kick them to the curb. You just have to. It's not worth it. And I say that, but I'm also very loving to them. They're treated well. They get sunlight on the weekends. And
water them twice a day.
I water them twice a day. I'm glad you know that meme, Andra. I'm glad you know that meme.
Wait, is that a meme? I just ripped that. Sorry.
So I wanna change the conversation for a half second.
I gotta bounce real quick. I'm gonna go to bed because I've been up. I'm too goddamn old. It's late.
Do your thing.
I do want to say goodbye, but I want to make y'all want to know how old I really am.
537.
Well, I have been with my wife Nikki since Olivia was 4. I just want to throw that out there. That's how old
what is that? 18 years?
18 years.
18 years.
W.
18, 20. Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well,
Hey, Brett, you know what? I mean, instead of just saying, oh, I'm old and I got to go to bed, or, you know, giving some type of excuse, you could have just actually said the truth, right? Which is,
I was a bitch. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a fucking bitch. I
got it. Yeah,
I was a bitch.
About right.
I was a bitch. Right. I was fucking scared.
I mean, if you're scared to be up here, just leave.
Bullshit. No bullshit.
I love the Mr. Jones X soundboard.
Chris, the gag is not saying it.
Listen,
Chris.
Jeez Louise, Chris.
I love y'all. I love y'all. Santana, be sure to drink your water and say something kind about yourself. I'm out.
Bye, Brett.
Anywho.
Santana, you ain't right, bro.
So the question I kind of wanted to shift like half a second, and I'm glad Brett left because, you know, screw Brett. Anyway, the question that I have, and it's kind of a lot of us up here, we know each other. Look at this guy.
No, so here's
yes, Brett is
fucking crazy. This is what's fucking crazy.
What's crazy?
Right? So as soon as you drop me down, you bring Val up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you can only have one white dude on the panel or something? Like what's going on?
Oh my lord.
Listen, you were the DEI panelist before, and now Val is. So like, what do you want me to do? We live in Trump America. Like we can't have too much DEI.
I feel you.
Yeah, plus, according to Rob, you both are getting G-sided right now.
100%. All right,
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to say. Much love, y'all.
You're right.
Go watch Kid Rock, Brett.
Okay.
My man Val.
Listen to Jimmy Buffett.
So my question, it's a little bit messy. All right, good, messy. So the question I had for Brett last night, wow, who is as far as like the quote unquote creator space? Because all of us talk. Who is the one person that sucks the most at texting? Like it's so hard to get a reply. And who can you actually like FaceTime right now and they'll answer the phone?
I'm the worst.
Really, Olivia? You are. I texted you like a while ago and you still never text me
I've been
back.
texting you for weeks to see how you're doing.
So, and here's the gag. Here's the truth. If y'all want a response from me, you gotta call me.
Really? Because I F with a phone call more so.
You have to call me. You either have to do a phone call or a FaceTime call. I know I'm young. I hate texting.
Don't
I have
threaten me with a good time.
400 unread text messages on my phone.
As a matter of fact, hold on.
At least
Let
I
me,
know it's not personal now.
Oh, hold on, because now I'm gonna be a little petty. Let's see. I text Olivia. What did I text? I text Olivia on May the 12th.
Damn.
And she never replied to that text message.
Yeah, that's
so.
About right. I'm the worst. I'm the worst at answering text messages. I'm really good at answering phone calls. If I don't answer the phone call, typically I'll call you back.
Olivia, that's a month ago.
Right, Val?
I'm
That's
sorry.
a long time.
But outside of me, the worst is GT. He is
GT doesn't even check messages.
the hardest to get. I get better responses from DMing him on Instagram than I do from getting text messages.
I have this trait that I keep forgetting to do. I'll be like, yeah, man, call me anytime, and I'll accidentally have my phone on Do Not Disturb and not have them as the exception. Yeah, I do that all the time. I keep forgetting.
As far as the person who is like the best at answering,
FaceTime. Like you could FaceTime them right now and they would answer.
Oh, I feel like. See, but that's the thing is like that's simultaneously also me because if you FaceTime me, I will answer. But if it can't be me, I would say Isaiah's pretty good about answering.
He is. He likes
Kenny,
to FaceTime too.
Yeah, he does. Kenny is like very quick to respond to text messages and phone calls.
I don't have a phone.
Hard then.
Nobody ever FaceTimes me.
We'll FaceTime you.
Good. I love a good body
FaceTime. We'll get on a group FaceTime.
We could.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
We'll stream it onto TikTok and we'll call it a live.
Anyone else?
Let's see. Jim would answer anytime. And then RC Dubs, he would be the wait on person.
Yeah, RC Dubs is like, he takes forever to reply. Like forever. And I even have to, hey, I messaged you. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the guy that'll call you back 2 days later. Not a month, but 2 days later.
That's not too bad.
I'm gonna drop. I gotta go walk my dog. I might be back later.
Yeah. Have a good
Wait,
one.
Olivia, before you go.
We are gonna link up in Houston.
We
fan
definitely
all day.
will. What's up, Oslo?
I'm a big fan. Thank you for following me.
Okay, I think I followed everyone on the thing.
No, Olivia, don't follow these people. You're supposed to be exclusive. You're my mutual, not theirs. Jeez, Louise.
Can I speak my truth for a minute? There's a guy who I'm mutuals with on here, and his whole thing is he plays rock music covers on a flute on live. And we're mutuals.
I've seen that guy.
I've been sending him gifts. I think his name is Francisco. I love him.
It's Francisco. I've seen him.
Oh,
my
I think
God.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, I gotta go. I'll be back later. Bye.
I'd say I'm a big fan, but I'm really a little monster.
Anyone else want to answer the question?
Santana is the worst, and I would say
Not the
either
worst.
Dan, you're the worst. Santana's the worst, and either Dan or Hector would be the best. Because if you text Hector like on his actual phone, then he'll reply faster than he would through any other way.
Yeah, but Erica, technically, through your own admission one time, you had told me that you don't save people's numbers. Like, so how can
I remember
how do you know who to?
conversations.
So no wonder you'd probably be hard to get
I
in
love
contact
that.
with because you don't save people's contact information.
Y'all should
really
see
have to
my
say
messages. It's just a whole
every
bunch of numbers.
Erica
No, I
does just fine with responses.
That's
I don't know
crazy.
what y'all talking about.
Oh, I also
Thank you for
got
the
a
galaxy.
galaxy.
Wow, thank you. I don't know. I couldn't see who that was.
I didn't know who it
That
went
was
to. I just
sweet.
said thank you.
He went to Oslo.
Wow, thank you so much. All of this,
Yeah.
all of this stuff. It's going to like an account, and it's all going to No Child Hungry. By the way,
All right, Mr. Jones.
wait, is
You
that
have to
did
stop
he
saying
donate
the
to them? I
name,
don't know.
Chris. That's the whole
Don't disrespect
gag.
Oslo like that.
I don't care.
You don't say the name. That's the
I
part
go-
of that.
I go against the grain.
No, you don't.
No.
That's part of the gag.
Even the joke isn't going against the grain.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I'm being persecuted.
My bad. I
You're
wasn't.
good.
Wait, is there something wrong with No Child Hungry? I thought that was good.
No. Don't worry about Oslo. It's something that you're way too pure for. So don't let that ever dim your light. So
I've only been on TikTok for 3 weeks. Did I miss something?
you
You're
did not.
better than the president that would never even think of doing things like that for his citizens. So, we need Michelle Obama back
Yeah.
for the schooling program.
And I'm not going to lie, in the last 3 weeks, Oslo's been one of the best things that's happened to TikTok.
Absolutely.
You've only been on TikTok for 3 weeks?
Yeah.
I'm already seeing you everywhere. That's crazy.
Shit, W for
Yeah,
the will
just
dive.
today's the
Not
3
that I like
week.
missed the boat on something.
You know who I got introduced, and no offense, Oslo, no offense. You know who I just recently got introduced to? Crash Out Kermit.
Crash Out
Oh,
He's so funny. Yeah, he's great.
Holy shit.
I saw him on Good Troubles Live.
Yeah.
Kermie.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was on GT's live when he came, and like the performance was absolutely amazing. Like absolutely
Perfect.
amazing.
Chef's kiss.
Let's see here. I'm sorry, 1 second. Give me a second.
One dude spamming saying box me.
Brooke, I appreciate you even more. I appreciate W's in the chat for Brooke. W's in the chat for Brooke. Thank you so much for the $1 donation. Yeah, guys. So, question for you: are we like what are you guys doing this weekend? Or oh crap! I got a background. Are you guys protesting? What are we doing?
Yes.
Yeah, they got No King's Day in Houston. I'll be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it here in Phoenix. So as long as Bubs is with his dad, then I'll be out there.
Yeah, I got a friend, I think, who's speaking at ours, and I believe I guilted him into carpooling so I don't have to drive.
Yeah, I know. So I saw something, and I have to make a video about it. I even made a background. But we have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. So I know that the protest is this this weekend, but someone said we should also call it President Obama Appreciation Day.
Ooh, I like that.
That would cause a real crash out, like a real crash out.
The GOAT.
That would be kind of good because that would really mess with him.
So
Or the joke is that we just pretend it's actually Obama's birthday and not his.
Oh,
That would be so much better.
that would
Like,
destroy his
Happy birthday,
fragile ego.
Obama. No King's Day. You guys, I heard it was actually Obama's birthday today, and they're throwing a whole big thing in DC.
And they're doing this
for
whole
him.
military thing for Obama's
Yeah,
birthday.
I think that would be better.
The military
Like,
parade.
totally erase him out of his day.
Yeah, his birthday is August 8th.
We could actually like have like hold events. We could plan that for August 8th. That'd be kind of great.
It would. I mean, can you like so the fragile ego of Donald Trump and the fact that like we know how thin-skinned he is and like how everything gets to him, and especially when it's anything related to Obama, how easily it gets to him. Like if anything comes close to that, it would be a whole crash out, like a real thing. Because he's already said that. What did they put out a message saying that people protesting would be? What did he say? Something about met with
Persecuted or something to the full extent of the law. Like something really overly unnecessary. Like with
he
full force
said
or
they
something
would
like
be
that.
met with real force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting how
Specifically
easily.
said real big force.
Yeah.
Did he say real big force?
Yes.
Big force. That of course.
You know he's not COVID.
Biggest force you've ever seen. Yeah.
Bigly.
I'm just surprised it wasn't Bigly, right?
Yeah. He needs to take some of that energy and direct it towards freaking Iran that said they're not scared of him 3 times already.
Well,
he's not doing that 'cause he's scared.
This is the funny thing, right? Because like MAGA tries to perpetuate this myth that he's like a strong man, or like people are actually scared of him. And
you look so
exactly like in every sense of the word, and like people laugh at him on like a global stage, and it like none of it lends itself to any type of strength. But for some reason, he always like it's weird. It's like they want him to be their tough dad.
He got bullied in his office by Zelensky. It was freaking raps after that.
Yeah.
Like,
So one other thing, and this might be, I don't know if this is crossing the line or not. Kay, if this is crossing the line, let me know. So I've seen the theory that he wears a Foley catheter. All right, I don't think that's necessarily true because I know that he wears a diaper. But I saw this other. Say it again.
What?
Maybe he does both.
But why would you need to wear a Foley catheter if you had a diaper on?
You got backup sometimes, you know?
Are we all just walking around knowing what a Foley catheter is? What is that?
I can't believe
I know what a catheter is, but like,
yeah, everyone thinks in that photo looks like he has like a
I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it just might have been an extra heavy day. Okay, I'm just leave it there.
Here's what I'm thinking.
But now the new one that I've seen is like they're saying that it's he's wearing like leg braces or whatever.
I haven't seen anything indicate that.
I forget what he freaking fell down.
I'm stepping in for Kay, and I'm saying that's too much.
She's already told me. That's why I moved on to the braces.
Okay.
Honestly, though, that could
like, come on.
Maybe excuse when he fell up the stairs at Air Force One. But one thing I'm gonna say about that though is that Biden was at least a little bit more graceful when he fell up the stairs because he even dusted his pant leg off and hit the salute at the top. Donald Trump just stumbled and he just kept freaking walking up there.
Biden was actually kind of running up the stairs.
Yeah, he was doing. Yeah, man, he was getting it up there. He was swinging his arms and all that stuff. Yeah.
You guys remember when Trump tried to get on Air Force One, but he didn't know how to let the umbrella down, and so he just threw the umbrella on the ground and walked in?
I do remember
that. That was so funny.
That's so good.
And then Rubio pretends to fall up the stairs so that way he doesn't make Trump look. But Rubio looks bad in all situations.
That's like in that, what is it, Billy Madison, where he feeds and all the kids pee their pants. That's what they're doing now.
Peeing your pants is cool.
Consider me Miles Davis.
Miles Davis. Oh
I feel bad for Marco Rubio. He's been getting bullied on the job like everybody. They sent him to Panama. They made signs about him that said, "Get out of my country." Got kicked out of El Salvador. Was looking pretty mediocre right next to Pew. And like I kind of feel bad for the guy.
Well,
I don't feel bad for
Bernie
him.
was right.
He's been getting bullied.
I don't feel bad at all.
So we got like 700 people watching, and I know all 700, aren't bleeding heart libbies, right? So, and I see there's some people in the box. If there's anyone that wants to come up and pick a fight with other people on the panel, not me, I have no interest. But if anyone, there's people in the box. But if there's anyone who wants to, I'm assuming, kind of debate or at least make a point or, disagree with the panel. No, you're not, SJ. Stop it. If there's anyone that wants to come up for a light dusting.
There's a good question in the chat.
What's the chat?
We need
Ashley,
9 for
Oh God. Ashley asked, do y'all think it's safe for the marginalized to protest Saturday, considering all that's going on?
That's
And
something I've really been thinking about.
I say it's a
On that
personal
question
choice.
too.
Yeah.
It's a personal
I'd
choice.
say that
I
the
think,
risk
yeah,
profile is higher based on what's
case
going on
by
in Los
case.
Angeles. So
And
I would say no, but do
well,
it
it
at your
depends.
discretion.
I think it depends on where you are.
Yeah, that definitely as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
for
mean,
sure.
look at it this way. I wouldn't have thought
I
Austin
would
would have
say
been
the
a problem.
marginalized people
Right.
could answer.
Right. I wouldn't have thought Austin would have been a problem, but Austin turned out to be a little bit of an ordeal, right? But zero issues in Dallas with twice the people.
Honestly, honestly, it comes down to police response. Like there was a protest in Los Angeles today, that my human knows some people at, and they purposely went down to the Civic Center in that part of downtown LA because that's a very wealthy area, and the cops were just letting them walk peacefully.
Yeah. Like I think that I don't know. I think this weekend is going to be super interesting. I think it's something that that has to happen. I think people need to be loud and proud, and I think there needs to be like a big thing. And I'm really excited to see. But I do it's a black man in America. I think that it's something that you have to worry about, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's a history there, right? I mean, it's.
Yeah,
well,
here in Phoenix,
did we lose you?
he could lose us.
No, I'm right here. I'm just saying there's a history there.
I thought you were going to say more.
Yeah, me
You just
too.
stopped.
But you got to remember, Val's been around since 1776. So
Oh,
he's seen it.
here we go.
He knows the history. All right.
Yeah, he was there
He
with the
lived
founding
it.
fathers.
You all talk this crap, but I was barely alive when my parents actually marched in the civil rights. You know what I'm saying? In the civil rights field in Washington, D.C. So, yeah, I guess I was around.
I came up with a phrase that you guys are all free to use it. The fight for civil rights is not a civil fight. And
I saw that. I love that.
thought of it because I was thinking about through history, and even in the civil rights movement, even the peaceful protests were breaking the quote unquote laws, sitting in the wrong part of the bus or going to the wrong bench at the cafe. We're not going to get anywhere and I'm not saying be violent, but we're not going to get anywhere by being civil.
No. And that's why, like, it bothers me when I've been listening to people say, well, the way that they're protesting, why are they blocking the roads? They're doing this, they're doing that. Like, again, how are you going to tell someone the proper way to protest? Like, it's supposed to be, discourse. I'm not saying what level of discourse, but it has to be discourse in order to get the point across. Lisa, are you someone that has an opposite opinion, or were you coming to hang out with? Just trying to check. Lisa?
See, we have an infiltrator.
Okay, Lisa, I'm gonna drop you.
Me, is it by accident?
Yes, that's you.
Oh, I hit by accident. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries.
But no, the history.
Remember,
Oslo's actually right. The history of this is real, right? I mean, there was clashes, right? And there had to be clashes. And we're going to, we saw that, but the difference back then really there was no difference if you really think about it, because in the civil rights movement in Washington, D.C., the police, again, were the aggressors. Okay? I mean, the law enforcement and the government were the aggressors, and we're not seeing anything different right now. But that's a benefit, right? Because that makes the response justified.
Yeah, I agree. 1776, you said you're in opposition?
Yeah, are you guys against the parade for our military?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. We love parades.
Yeah, just can I cast a stone on this one?
What part of our military is celebrating a birthday?
Yeah.
I'll wait.
All of it. I mean, not just the Army. I know where you're going with it. Not just the Army, but we all merit.
No, sir.
American
What
military.
Army is actually getting a birthday?
What do you mean?
There's a name for that army, and it has nothing to do with the army that exists today.
It's the military.
No, it ain't.
You know what the parade is for?
Our military.
No, that's an excuse for his birthday.
No.
The real person?
Right.
No, it is his birthday.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know that.
So, well, yeah, he's made some pretty senile, statements since he's been president, like getting the literal, Prime Minister of the UK to go read a memo that.
Hold on, slow down for half a second. I got a question. 1776. Are you someone named Fuzzard?
Oh man,
Is it
come on,
Fuzzard?
bro.
Is Fuzzard messing with us?
This dude's over here going
She's
undercover
like, there's
again.
no way this is a real person.
This dude,
Who called me out?
This is like your third undercover.
Well, the entire chat, the entire chat is lighting you up.
Bro.
You don't know Fuzzard?
Chris,
No, I don't know
I
Fuzzard.
did it to you.
Yeah, I
on
know.
the same
I came up and
account.
cussed you out on my panel, then you told me you were Fuzzard after I got done cussing you out.
All right. I'm sorry. I just had to do that real quick.
No worries.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
You as well.
Bye, Fuzzard.
And Oslo, hi.
Hi, bud.
Hey, Fuzzard.
All right.
Fuzzard.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Go back to
Val,
sleep.
Val.
Go back to
I've
sleep.
known you
Go back
longer
to
than
sleep.
anyone else. Val. Val. I've known.
You got me. I'll take it.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good one.
So while we're revealing our true identities, I just wanted you all to know that I'm Mr. Jones. No, I'm just kidding.
Plot twist of the year.
Wouldn't that be? Well, that would be something.
Of a rebrand right
That
there.
really is. Got to
My
find
lab is doing
That was smart.
Naquan, you said that you wanted to come up.
What's good? What's good? Yeah, I had beef with Hector, but he ran.
Oh, okay.
He
ran
away.
But no, I see a lot of people asking about how to be safe during a protest. So for starters, if you can, get a cheap body cam off of Amazon. This way you have video footage of everything you're doing, and that is evidence if they ever try to charge you that you did not do nothing wrong. If you can't do that, just record from a second phone. But make sure you have a way to save that data if something happens to your phone and you can get back to it. So you can go live on TikTok because TikTok save your live. You don't have to post it, but you can save it and download it to a different phone. Also, milk does not work for tear gas. So use saline or Visine if it comes to that. And do not try to stop anybody from breaking into anything, because if you can be put into that group, just walk away from them.
Mm-hmm.
That's good advice.
And by the way, like if you get detained and you feel like you need a witness and there's nobody around, get off of TikTok, because social media lives do not count in a court of law as a witness. FaceTime somebody, have a plan, like your mom or something, your dad, say, hey, I'm going to be at this protest. If I FaceTime you, please answer. Because then I've heard a police officer then has to collect a witness statement from the person you're FaceTiming with.
Yeah. Real quick.
Is that true?
Real quick.
Am I wrong?
You're right. I'm sorry. Real quick. Again, my YouTube chat is not a real place. Not a real place. So I look over and I look over and I see I would vote for this puppet. I love this puppet. Like I have no idea what's going on. And someone's like, tickle fight. Love that, Oslo. Like, what in the world is happening?
I don't know. It's crazy.
Everybody love Oslo.
Yeah.
And also, if you do not have an iPhone, download Life 360. It is the next best thing to sharing your location, because you can mark where you at and it can send a notification when you leave that location.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta read these off, and guys, I hate to call it, but I gotta hit the old dusty trail. W's in chat for Phil. Phil sent $1 donation saying all the people criticizing how to protest have only ever protested refs at a sporting event. They never stood in an uncomfortable situation in public. You're absolutely right about that, Phil. It's a weird thing. W's in the chat for Zach. Zach, thank you for the $1 donation. All right, guys. This was fun,
Before you do your thing, because I got in trouble last time, but turn off face opening your phone with your face. If you go to a protest, put on what's it called, a passcode. Change it to passcode for the day. I know it's inconvenient, but the police can use your face to open your phone legally.
Oh, there was one last thing.
I didn't know.
Credit cards. There's going to be scammers everywhere. If you can, leave your credit cards home. If you do not have a wallet or a purse that would block them from being able to scan it, just take your phone and your ID. If you're going to be in New York, you're more than welcome to hit my DM on here. I will be at the New York protest.
That's right.
Bro,
All right.
how long do you have left? Like right now, you got to go?
Yeah, like I got about 15 seconds. What's happening?
Oh, never mind. That is cool.
Were you about to go live?
No, God, no. Stop doing that. No.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, like I gotta get out of here. This is fun. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Like sometimes I legitimately like to just